What's up, guys? It's me, Tony G, coming to you from Live Hotel and Casinos Poker Room. This is episode 107 of my poker vlog. In this episode, we're here to play poker. It's Sunday morning, it's rainy, it's dreary out. Decided to come down here and get into some 1-3 no limit hold'em. There's some decent promos going. I hope you guys enjoy it. Here we go. Real quick, before we get into the episode, do me a favor. If you're new here, make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons. Helps the channel out a lot. Helps me out. If you're not new here, appreciate you guys coming back. Love the support. Let's get into the episode. All right, just got called for our table. Gonna go grab a drink and get into it. Wish us luck. Let's go. Okay, the very first hand when I sit down, I'm under the gun with 2 5s in my hand. It gets raised to $10 and I call and 3 other calls, and we go 4 ways to the flop. The flop is pretty decent for me. It's 5, 8, 9 rainbow. We have bottom set right now. The small blind checks it to me, and I throw out a bet of $15 with a set. Obviously, I'm not going anywhere. And only the middle position calls. So we're now heads up to the turn. The turn is the 10 of diamonds. I felt pretty confident at this point. I didn't think anything was changing. So I threw out a bet of $20 this time. The middle position kind of thinks, but doesn't hesitate too long. He decides to throw in the $20, and the river is a very innocent card. I really think it does absolutely nothing. It's the 3 of hearts. This time I throw out a bet of $35, and the middle position tanks for 30 to 45 seconds, and I sped this up for you here. Eventually, he starts cutting out a larger stack of chips and says, raise. And the dealer says, raise, how much? And he says, $80. So, 50 more to me or so. 55 more to me. I call, and he flips over 2 9s. And, yeah, we were beat from the get-go. Okay, 2 hands later, still, this will be my 3rd hand I've played since sitting down. I have the 4 of spades and the 4 of hearts. I'm in the small blind. It limps to me, and I make it $12 to go. Only the under the gun calls, so we are heads up to the flop. And again, the flop is decent. It's 4, 2, 10 with 2 hearts. Flop middle set. I'm the first to act. So I throw out a bet of $15. The under the gun looks at his stack and says, why the hell not? He was already short stacked. I think he only started with $100. He says all in, and it was only 50 or 55 more. So obviously I'm not going anywhere with a set. I call, and dealer says, okay, flip them up if you want. And the board runs out the 6 of spades and the ace of hearts. And I flip over my cards first since I called, and he just bucks his cards face down, and we are good on this one. Got some of our money back. Okay, several orbits later, I have the ace of hearts, the 9 of hearts. I'm in the big blind. It limps to me, and I make it $6 instead of checking my option. We go 4 ways to the flop, and the flop is very favorable. It's the Ace King 8 with 2 spades. Got top pair. So it checks to me, and I want to keep obviously all the kings in there and maybe some draws. So I bet 11. We are now 3 ways to the turn. We did get 1 fold on that bet. The turn is an awesome 9 of diamonds. We have 2 pair now, and the likelihood that somebody hit the straight draw is slim, but it's still there. And it checks to me again, and I throw out a bet of $20 this time. Only the middle position calls, the small blind folds, and we are heads up to the river. The river is the 10 of diamonds. Now, the straight draw really came in that time, and decided to throw out a bet of $35 just to see where I'm at. I'm hoping that the middle position doesn't re-raise, because if he does, I'm probably going to have to fold. But he's looking reluctant. He's cutting chips out and says, okay, I call, and I flip him over and show him the bad news. I have 2 pair, and he just had a pair of kings with a queen kicker, and I guess he missed his draw, and we take down that pot. Okay, this might be the most pocket pairs I've had in one session, but I have 3 of diamonds, 3 of hearts. I'm +1, and I just call the $3, and we go 4 ways to the flop, which is 4, 6, 3 with 2 diamonds. We keep flopping sets, so we're going to keep betting. The big blind bets 12, and I call the 12, and we are 3 ways to the turn still. The cutoff also called the 12, just so you guys know. Like I said, we're still 3 ways to the turn, and the turn is the jack of spades. I still got a set of 3s. It's bottom set, but I still feel pretty comfortable at this point. The big blind bets 15. I call the 15, and the cutoff looks at his cards and decides on a call also. The river, 7 of diamonds, 5-8 gets there, obviously, and the big blind throws out a bet of $25. At this point, I'm not going anywhere. I throw in a $25 chip and say call, and now the cutoff tanks, and it's for about 30 seconds or so, but he looks at both of us as we're looking at our cards, and he actually throws in a bet of $125, and I tank now, and for some reason I found a call. Not quite sure why I decided to call. I throw in a chip and say call, and he shows us 5-8. He hit the straight on the river, and we lose a decent sized pot there. Tough sledding so far. We're down about 65 or 70 right now. Bathroom break and keep grinding. Let's go. Okay, before anybody says anything, this is one of my favorite hands to play in random spots. I know, I don't need to hear the shit about it, but I play 9-6 sometimes in weird spots. Anyway. Okay, under the gun with 9 of hearts, 6 of clubs. It's a straddle, $6, and middle position raises it to 15. The small blind calls, and I call, and we are 3 ways to the flop. The flop can't get too much better. It's 9-6 king rainbow. We've got 2 pair, and it checks to me, and I throw out a bet of $15. the middle position folds, and the small blind looks at his cards and tosses in a $25 chip for a call. We are now heads up to the turn. The turn is the 4 of diamonds. It doesn't change too much for me. I still have 2 pair. He checks it to me again, and this time I throw out a bet of $20. He looks at his cards and decides on a call. So I can kind of see a theme here. He's bluffed a couple times, but he decides on a call. The river is the awesome 6 of spades. We got a full house. He checks it to me again, and this time I act like I don't know if I have it or not, but I look at my cards and I throw out a bet of $25, hoping that he raises. He tanks and fiddles with his chips, and then cuts out a bunch of green chips and throws in a bet of $80. And obviously, with a full house, I'm not going anywhere. I cut out the chips and throw them in there, and he mucks his cards face down, and I show him anyway. All right, tough session. We didn't lose money though, so that's good. In for like 235, 240. I can't remember what I started with. We were out 327. Not terrible. Played about 3.5 hours. Just was card dead. Couldn't hit the flop. And then when I did hit the flop, I'd already folded. So let's go. Profit's better than nothing. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you liked. Let me know what you didn't like. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. And don't forget, it doesn't matter how you're living your life, as long as you're living the felt life.